story there. Well, May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month. It's the most common form of cancer in the United States. You may have heard Australian and now New York City-based actor Hugh Jackman has just announced he was treated for skin cancer once again. I know it's a big problem down in Australia. They love to worship the sun down there, and that's just leading to some problems. So to help make you a little healthier, well, let's go over some myths and facts about skin cancer. And to do that, I'm joined by Dr. Wai with Hartford Hospital. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to meet you. Yeah, so let's get right into it. A lot of people always don't want to believe the message. They just have the feeling that the sun is healthy and it's not a problem. It gives life. It grows food. Why is it going to kill me?
Right. So people aren't aware that the skin is actually an organ.
Yes.
And it's the largest organ in your body, and it covers all of the surface of your body. And so the exposures we know that we get from the sun are UVA and UVB rays, and they've been known to actually cause cancer. And even just a little exposure will cause cancer. And it's definitely something that is very alarming, since it's the most common cancer in the United States.
Yeah. Now, one of the big myths that I keep hearing, and well, frankly, I've used, hey, if I get a base tan, I'm all right. They just feel because one gets tan, one gets red, there's a fundamental difference. Yeah,
really, any sort of UV radiation is bad for your skin, and there's a risk for cancer. A lot of times, any sort of radiation will increase your risk of cancer by 1.5 to 2.5 times.
Yeah.
And this includes tanning beds, and I think a lot of people don't realize that tanning salons have also an increased risk for skin cancer in addition to sun exposure.
Yeah, some of them provide a more intense dose of the wrong kind of radiation too, right? So there's no such thing as really a controlled safe dose with a tanning bed?
No, because actually you get even more dose of radiation from the tanning salons. A lot of times you can get even 12 times the normal amount that you get from normal sun. And so especially with prom season coming up and the winter time finally over now, a lot of people don't realize that even a tanning salon will have an increased risk for skin cancers.
Now, what about people who say, correctly might I add, that, hey, the sun helps the body synthesize vitamin D. It's healthy, I need it, it's a vitamin. What's the problem with that thinking?
So the problem is that, they don't know the amount of sun that they should get, and so they'll be overexposed out in the sun where they may be getting hours and hours. Actually, only a few minutes of sun daily is enough for vitamin D production, and a lot of it you get in your diet, for example, in milk and other things. So really, it's not the only source of vitamin D.
And I think we have time for one more big myth. This is a big one. People who have naturally very dark skin think they have a protection that other people do not. What is the status with that?
Right. So the risk for skin cancer is higher in people with light skins, fair eyes. However, dark-skinned people can get cancers and skin cancers, and even in places you don't think of, like the soles of your feet, in web spaces. And so it's a problem for everybody, actually.
And yeah, a lot of people just don't think to look, and that's part of what is making it so deadly.
Exactly.
There is a free cancer skin prevention event. You want to tell us about it? I think we have a graphic right there. There we are.
Right. So as for part of Hartford Hospital, we try to do community events where we educate the public about different cancer topics. As a surgical oncologist, I see a lot of different kinds of cancers, and with the summer month coming up, we're doing a free talk for the public to talk more about the different kinds of skin cancers, prevention, treatment, and other things that people want to know about skin cancer.
There it is, right at 1559 Sullivan Avenue in South Windsor. If I'm correct, that is a brand spanking new building. It was just built. So there it is. It's going to happen May 20th, 6:30 to 8. Thank you so much, Dr. Wai, for taking the time.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate it. We have to run, but we will be back with